Hey, Ashphord Jacoway here again. I'm with Palmer from Oculus. This is his company, and he's amazing. So, Palmer, please tell us a little about, how you got into, virtual reality, where the Oculus came from, and a little bit about the technology.
Sure. So I've been a virtual reality enthusiast for a long time, a bit of a self-taught hardware engineer. And so I started working on this project because I wanted to make the most immersive gaming experience possible. Because people have been wanting virtual reality for a very long time. They've wanted to be able to step inside of the game. And so it was kind of obvious that virtual reality was going to be the future of it someday.
That's great. So you make basically the platform for other people to create upon.
Yeah, so we mostly we've created a headset, and we have a lot of people working on the software that makes that headset work well. So we have out-of-the-box integrations for Unity 3 and 4, Unreal Engine 3 and 4, CryEngine, Torque, Unigine, a bunch of other engines. So no matter what engine a developer is using, it's very easy for them to make virtual reality games.
Yeah, we actually just talked to people from Daylight, and they were like, oh, we just use the Unreal 4, and so I thought that's what you use for all of them, but there are other options.
Yeah, there's a lot of developers using Unity, a lot of people using Unreal, and a lot of people even doing their own custom engines. And we provide code that they can integrate into their own custom engines too. So if we don't already have support, it's very easy to add support.
That's fabulous. So as an indie developer, how did it come about to make this actual technology?
So it started out just us working on this working on this project for myself, and then there were a lot of people that were becoming more interested in it. So we thought it'd be a good idea to kind of turn this hardware I had that I was planning on selling as like a build-it-yourself kit into something that any game developer could buy and start making virtual reality games for. And that was a good decision. We've put out a lot of developer kits into people's hands.
That's great. So now you have this great virtual reality. You can see through all this amazing worlds. What are you guys' plans for that? Are you interested in, where else can you use the virtual reality system?
So we're focused on gaming because it's one of the biggest markets, and also because it's one of the most demanding markets. If you make something that can be used by gamers on really competitive, action games, it's going to be usable for almost anything else because that's as intense as it gets. Yeah. People are using it. You're already using VR for architectural pre-visualization, so building a virtual model of a house so you can walk through it before you actually spend money building it. Make sure everything's where you want it to be. There's people using it to treat phobias, like virtual spider therapy, treating them to not be afraid of spiders. People using it to treat post-traumatic stress disorder for soldiers. People training emergency response people, so firefighters and police and paramedics, so that they can learn how to react to really important situations they can learn how to react in dangerous situations without actually having to be put in danger.
Right. That's amazing. So basically you're saving the world now.
It's not us as much as we're building this hardware, and there's so many people that are using the hardware in creative ways to do everything, not just gaming, but just anything you can imagine.
Right. Well, lastly, what sets you guys apart from other virtual reality systems?
We are the only system that is affordable, low latency, and wide field of view. Really, the only system that is all of those things. And it's important that you have all those things to make an immersive virtual reality headset. You need to have a very large image, you need to have great head tracking, and it needs to be affordable because there are units that are pretty great out there. Like I'd say the Rift is better than a lot of them, but even units that are on par with us, some of these professional military units are in the $10, $30, $40, $50, $70,000 range, and nobody can afford those. It's crazy.
I always think about, what about using nerve systems and attaching smell and body and touch and stuff?
So right now, the best we can really do is try to stimulate our senses through the end of them. Bypassing that and going to the nerves directly or into the brain, that's not going to take technological advances. It's going to take medical advances. We don't understand well enough how we perceive the world, how to get those signals into the brain. We don't understand it nearly well enough to be able to make some kind of plug into your brain virtual reality system today. But I'm sure we will someday. Someday.
That's really cool. Well, thank you so much, Palmer. It was great talking to you.
Great talking to you, too.
Hey, well, I'm Ashphord Jacoway, HipHopGamer. I will see you guys later.